Greetings, superior beings, greetings, supreme being. Welcome to Try Something.Vegetarian world. The human race, our common enemy is death. We need to control factors that control aging immediately. You are watching the broadcast. The WTC was demolished with explosives. A conspiracy fact, not theory. Watch Loose Change 2nd edition. And what have we got in store for you all in this broadcast? Well, first of all, the video you must watch, Loose Change 2nd edition. Let's see what's the exact title. It's Loose Change 2nd edition. Recut 2006, and then I've written it down, so let's go to the writing that I've prepared. What I wanted to do is show you all this picture while I read this stuff, but then perhaps it's better to use the speech engine. Okay. Well, I didn't want to do that. So let's make this a little bit smaller then. So this shows a screenshot of the video that I'm talking about, Loose Change 2nd edition. And it highlights the places where the explosives are seen going off clearly. So I'm gonna show a piece of that video without audio. There's music under it and that may be copyrighted. So this is just to show the evidence, but you can see this in other videos as well, if you know that you can see these explosives going off below the demolition wave, the building collapsing. To make it collapse, then you can clearly see it in all of these videos of the demolition of the WTC. And Eric John Phelps of Vatican Assassins, he may be controlled opposition, like Kevin Annett, Lisa Haven, David Icke, Eric John Phelps, Vatican Assassins, Eric Dubé, Flat Earther, The Young Turks, Andrew Anglin, and Christopher Green, and of course the archetype of controlled opposition, Alex Jones with Stratfor and Charlie Sheen, Jesuit Connection, etc. So it's the Jesuits and Masons, they say. And basically they may have planned a global government, cancer scalar, orb, Armageddon, Moshiach. So first an Armageddon will supersede the coming of the Messiah according to the rabbis and Hebrew scholars. That's that red heifer born in Israel, a perfect red Gentic cow without blemishes that announces the coming of the Messiah. And then there's that third temple coin and Trump's annexation, which is generally considered an illegal act according to Wikipedia, the CIA Vatican edited encyclopedia. So you can Google what it means, controlled opposition, etc. I'm not going into that now, but Eric John Phelps of Vatican Assassins thinks that Peter Hans Golvenbach, the so-called superior general of the Jesuits, ordered the demolition of the WTC, and according to Citizens Action Network on Facebook, another site to check out, all intelligence agencies are Masonic and controlled by the Jesuits. So the Twin Towers were demolished. There were explosives in the building, proven beyond any reasonable doubt by the video material of the demolition that shows explosives going off below the demolition wave, the wave of the building collapsing on itself. Loose Change 2nd edition at 53 minutes and 17 seconds. In all the videos of the collapses, explosions can be seen bursting from the building 20 to 30 stories below the demolition wave. The documentary shows the explosions bursting before the building comes down, and together with the thermite explosives and sawed-off beams, proves the WTC was demolished with explosives beyond any reasonable and any shadow of a doubt. So let's watch the part of the video that's quite crucial. So this is the video, and this documentary is awesome, perhaps the best documentary ever made. So here we see a zoom in on the explosives that go off below the demolition wave that make the building collapse upon itself. That's where we left off. So here we see more. And this was analyzed by Professor Jones, not Alex Jones, but Professor Jones, perhaps Stephen Jones. And he was hired by the government to do that because of all the thermite dust in the streets. So thermite is a patented form of thermate. And it sounds a bit like their mate and their might, basically. But Professor Jones explains that these are nano-explosives. So yeah, I ran into this. So that's the piece that shows these explosives going off. But the whole documentary is fascinating. And the cancer-causing Tachinellus planes were crashed into the WTC with radiant energy. That's the next video I'm going to make about scalar waves and a new patent or something, new document, CIA document. CIA releases document on Nikola Tesla on scalar waves, formerly top secret. "12 Things You Should Know About Scalar Weapons" by Christy Verismo is another article to read about it. So these planes crashed into the WTC. The passenger jets are fly-by-wire planes, so the hydraulics can only be controlled electronically. That means if someone with wireless energy, with radiant energy of Nikola Tesla, that can also be used for vote rigging. If somebody uses that technology in combination with a neural network, then it can take over the flight computer and crash the planes into the building, and the pilots would lose control totally over their plane, their passenger jet. So that is how they did it, basically, and it is used as the excuse for their illegal war on terror. Some call it the war of terror because it's the satanic inversion, when people are spreading depleted uranium in a country. Then that's a war crime in reality, because depleted uranium is a weapon with an indiscriminate effect. And in my other broadcast I make clear what laws are applicable to that. And that the UN is a wolf in sheep's clothes. On 999prologic999.blog2blog.nl you can read more about depleted uranium war crime. But it's all online, but codified laws apply. Anyway, they pretend that the people that resist the spreading of depleted uranium and the invasion of their country are the terrorists instead of the people doing that. Very funny. So this is CIA operative Tim Osman, better known as Bin Laden. So you can Google that, and he's still alive, so that may be what he looks like now. But if it was done by the Jesuits, then well, he may be involved in that, scamming the people basically in their war of terror. So now there are a million dead Iraqi people. They change people into peoples with synthetic telepathy, as described in the Malech patent. That's going to be my next broadcast. So that's about it for this broadcast, the stuff I wanted to put in here. So that's a bit of a different perspective. And if you have any evidence or interesting info, I'm a conspiracy factist. You can Google Professor Jones and nanothermite, the explosive that they used. And though he was rented by the government, he was fired. And all these speech errors are made with synthetic telepathy, so it's basically skull and bones. Third Jesuit World War, population reduction to 500 million to destroy the Al-Aqsa and build the third temple, theoretically. And theoretically, Trump can't be skull and bones if he didn't attend Yale University. Anyway, that's it now for this broadcast. Any tips or possible false flag attacks or ways to prevent a third Jesuit World War? Let me know in the comments or Skype me, Prologic999. Then we could do a live broadcast or a recorded broadcast together to be in compliance with YouTube policy. And yeah, I think it's important evidence that they're also lying about other things like cancer chemtrails, Project Cloverleaf, CIA's Evergreen Aviation, pretending they're cancer contrails, while in reality they're chemtrails. In America, CIA. Okay, so that's easy to remember. Thank you all for watching. Share this important video on your timeline for universal peace. And lots of new evidence has come out throughout the years. So the Jesuits also control skull and bones, and they control your mind with synthetic telepathy. The intelligence agencies controlled by the Jesuits are all Masonic, according to Citizens Action Network on Facebook. And Peter Hans Golfenbach has been superseded by Adolfo Nicolas, and now Arturo Sosa is the leader of the Jesuits, according to some. The ruler of the world, though of course there is no ruler of the world. However, they want to keep that secret, so basically then they can get away with torture and extortion with remote torture weapons. So fair trial is impossible. And more about all this in my next broadcast, so stay tuned. And thank you all for watching, and check out more important broadcasts on Something.Vegetarian on YouTube for universal peace.